Hello everyone, we're Group 25. Our team members Chen Weipu, Duan Tianyu, Meng Yueqi, Wu Shenghan, and Yue Weicheng will present you our proud project, ProfRadar, a cloud-based SaaS platform to rate your professors.
First, let's talk about background. During our studies at NUS, we found two status quo. The one is that there is a clear gap in reliable lecture-specific reviews. Existing platforms such as NUS Mode primarily focus on cross-level reviews, which overlooks teaching quality. And also, there are few platforms to provide reliable information about professors. To address these areas, we developed ProfRadar, a cloud-based platform designed to provide lecture-focused reviews and profiles. The service targets are for NUS undergraduate and master students, prospective PhD applicants, and also university administrators. For business model, the platform ProfRadar will operate as a free SaaS platform, giving our users open access to browse reviews, share feedback, and view lecture information. To sustain the platform, non-intrusive advertisements may be added below real sections, with all content screened for appropriateness. The reason why we choose SaaS is for its accessibility, scalability, seamless future updates, and get back easily.
Now, for the second part, I will be walking you through the website interface and showing how a user would typically interact with our website. Now, we're at the homepage of our ProfRadar website. At the top, you can see the navigation bar. From here, you can either click Professors or Courses. Both of this will direct you to a search page where you can easily look up information about professors or courses. And if you want to learn more about our project, you can click the About page here. And on the right-hand side, there's also an admin login button, which my teammates will introduce that part later on. ProfRadar mainly serves two categories of potential users. The first group is undergrads and master students who want to explore courses and lecture reviews. The second group is PhD applicants who are interested in learning more about the professor's research area during their application process. Let's first take a look from the perspective of a student user. As a student, if you want to find more about the course, you can click the Browse Courses button here, or simply use the course option on the navigation bar. Both of these will direct you to the same search page where you can search the course by its name, code, or department. For example, I want to learn more about the cloud computing, and I key in the cloud computing and click search, the result will automatically appear. Alternatively, if I already know the code of this course, in this case is CS5224, you can also key in there and click search. The same result will appear. If I don't remember the exact name or the code, I can still search by department. For instance, if I want to see all courses offered by the Department of Mathematics, I can simply key in mathematics and click search. All related courses will appear automatically. Now back to cloud computing. If I click View Details button here, it will bring me to an overall page where I can see the summary rating of these courses on the left. And below that, there's also a list of instructors who have taught this course in the past. For example, we can see our lovely professor, Prof. Ananda, who taught cloud computing this semester. By clicking the professor's name, you will be directed to a more detailed page showing course reviews specific to Prof. Ananda's teachings. On this page, you can find the summary rating on the right and a more detailed feedback under the evaluation part. As a student, if you want to share your own feedback at the end of the semester, you can simply click the Add Review button. A pop-up form will appear where you can fill in all your feedback and then submit it. Once you have completed the form, and you can simply click the Submit Review button here. Then your evaluation will instantly appear under the course evaluation section. For example, you can see it here. It is easy, simple, and straightforward, where it is a platform that every student can contribute. However, in many cases, a course can be taught by multiple professors. In this case, DSA 5102, as you can see, that has been taught by two different professors, Dr. Wang and Dr. Low in the past. By clicking on each name, you will be directed to a separate page showing reviews specific to each professor's teaching. As you can see here, the reviews are completely different. It also worth noticing that under Dr. Low, the difficulty score is 4.3, while under Dr. Wang, the difficulty score is actually 3.5. But here, under the summary ratings, You can see the difficulty, along with other summary rating, is actually shown as the aggregated average value across all instructors of that course. If, let's say, after one semester, you have been deeply inspired by your professor's teaching styles, personality, or the way they conducted their classes, under the course detail view, you can simply click on their name again. This will take you to the lecturer detail view, where we can learn even more about the professors. Now, let's move on to the perspective of another group of potential user, PhD students. From the home page, you can click View Professors button. Here, you can search for professors or lecturers by their name, department, or research area. For example, I really admire Professor Ananda. I can simply type his name and click Search, and the result will appear automatically. On each professor's summary card, you can see their name, title, department, a short summary of their research area, and a list of recent courses they have taught. To learn more, you can click View Details button, which will bring you to the lecturer detail view, the same page that we saw earlier. In the middle of the page, you will find the PhD Guiding Summary Ratings, which evaluates the professors across 4 different categories: overall, guidance quality, availability, and supportiveness. Below that, you can also read detailed PhD student review. If you are existing PhD students, you can contribute your own feedback by clicking the Add Review button. A similar pop-up form will appear. After filling in your review, you can click Submit Review button, and similarly, your review will automatically and instantly appear under the PhD Guidance Review section. It is also very simple and intuitive. Now, back to the professor's search page. If you don't know any professors by name, you can still search by your research interest. For example, I'm deeply interested in deep learning. If you type in that, then all professors working in related area will appear automatically. Similarly, if I want to see professors from a particular department, let's say mathematics, you can still search that as well, and then all professors under the Department of Mathematics will display. And even if you are not a PhD student, but rather an undergraduate or a master's student who simply wants to learn more about the lecturer, this page is equally helpful. Under the recent course section, you can see the courses that the professor has taught in the past. By clicking on any of those courses, it will be directed back to the course detail view that we saw earlier, where we can still explore more reviews and feedbacks about their teachings. Now, let's return to the lecturer detail view page. Under the professor's recent courses section, you can click the course name or the code, which will direct you back to the course detail view page. In addition, we also included a publication button here. By clicking it, you can automatically view the professor's past published paper, retrieved directly from Google Scholar. If here shows failed to load publication, that could simply mean that the professor has not yet registered a Google Scholar profile. And now with that, I will hand over to my teammates who will introduce the admin web and the admin interface section of our website.
In this part, I will walk you through the admin section of our system. The admin page is designed for authorized users to manage both courses and professors easily and securely. Let's start with the login. Admins can log in using a username and password. Once the credentials are verified, we'll be redirected to the dashboard. Now let's look at course management. All course data is fetched from the backend automatically. We can use the search bar to filter courses by name. As I type, the list updates instantly. Admins can add, edit, or delete a course. For example, let's add a new course. We just fill in the course details and click Save. I will put some arbitrary numbers here. 11111. After saving, the new entry appears right away in the list. If we edit an existing course, for example, 5224, and change its title to Giant Distributed Systems, and click Save. After saving, there will be a notification message to confirm the update was successful. Yeah, it was successful. And of course, if we no longer need a course, we can simply select the course, and delete it from the database. Next, let's move on to professor management. This part works very similar. We can search for professors by name,
I put David, or I did the details such as department and email. Here, I will show an example of editing a professor. We can also modify the courses they teach by selecting or deselecting courses from the list. For example, I will delete DSA 5224. And I will add a semester. After saving, the system shows a quick success message, and the updated information is displayed right away. Admins can also add new professors or deleting existing ones, just like with courses. All changes are reflected instantly, keeping the data consistent and up to date. And that's the admin panel.
So let me introduce the front-end design. The first thing is introduction and technology stack. Our core technology stack is the Wheel3, and we write the JavaScript in the Wheel3. And also we use the RESTful API, which we use this to get the data from the backend, and also we use the JSON in the HTTP. And our deployment target is Amazon EC2. And we can also use other cloud providers' virtual machine to deploy our front-end code. And we also divide our front-end code into two parts. The first part is display part, and second part is admin parts. The display part is show the information about the course, about the professors, and the commit about the course and the professors. And the admin part is you can use the admin part to update the message, to change the message, and add some course and professors in the admin part. And this is our architecture photo of the front end. And you can see that we use a lot of methods such as the get method, post method to get the information from the backend. And you can also see that we divide our front end into two parts. The first part is the user part, and the second part is the admin part. And this is the wheel architecture. You can see there are two important parts. The first part is the components part, and the second part is the wheels part. And in the components part, we write some important and reusable components. And the wheel part, one of the wheel parts is the whole page in the website. And you can see the file architecture in the wheel project.
Now I'll be presenting the backend design for our professor rating platform. The primary goal of the project is to create a live, wide, scalable, and easy to deploy backend service. We have designed it as a monolithic RESTful API, which provides a clean inspirations for any front end. Our core technology stack is centered on simplicity and efficiency. We choose Flask, a live-wide Python framework for its flexibility and ease of use. For our database, we select Socket 3, which allows us to be serverless and avoids the complexity of an external database service. This makes our entire application highly portable. Finally, our target for production deployment is Amazon EC2. The entire design is guided by three principles: keeping the service live-wide, ensuring data integrity, and securing administrative actions. Let's look at the architecture. The structure is simple and highly effective for our needs. It's built on four main components. The Flask web service acts as our entire point, handling HTTP requests and routing them to the correct functions in our application logic layer. The logic layer then uses a simple data access layer to execute queries against our database, which is a single professor rating.db file. Our data models is a standard and normalized relation model. We have primary tables for lectures and courses. We then have separate tables for reviews, course commands for course reviews, and PhD commands for PhD supervision. Finally, relationship tables like a lecture course handle the many connections. Our API is divided into two main categories. First, the public API, which is entire read-only. It provides endpoints for searching, paginating, and viewing detailed information on lectures and courses. Second is the admin API, which handles all write operations. This includes creating, updating, and deleting lectures and courses. To make this work reliable, we have focused on a few key implementation details. First, all write operations are all automatic. We use database transactions to prevent particle or corrupt data. Secondly, authentication is needed for admin. When the admin logs in, the service validates their credentials and retains the secret tokens. Any admin operation needs the secret tokens to take effect.
Let's talk about the fifth part. As you can see in the screen, this is part of the user's evaluation. Overall, the feedback from users with diverse backgrounds highlighted the platform's strengths in simplicity, clarity, and usefulness. While several areas for improvement were identified, such as smoother navigation, review interface stability. Thank you for listening.